The American economy has split, and you likely only notice one half of it. On one side, a brand new luxury SUV rolls into the driveway, and dinner arrives in a premium delivery bag. This is the loud lane. Next door, a 9-year-old sedan sits in the carport. The owner cooks at home and makes no visible effort to broadcast their financial status to anyone on the block. From the sidewalk, it is incredibly easy to assume the first household is winning. But if you were to open their respective bank statements, the reality often runs completely backward. The people making the most noise about money are rarely the ones keeping it. We are surrounded by a system designed to extract capital by selling the appearance of success. The loud lane requires you to constantly rent the feeling of wealth through high interest payments and steep depreciation. The data shows exactly how fragile that performance actually is. 7 out of 10 adults in this country cannot absorb a surprise $1,000 expense without reaching for a credit card or a loan. They are running on fumes underneath a feed full of proof of a life they cannot afford. Actual wealth has gone almost completely invisible. Nobody films the moment a car repair clears without debt or posts a screenshot of their employer match. Because these signals are quiet, it is easy to undercount the financial strengths you already possess. Building a solid net worth has nothing to do with the metal parked outside your house. It comes down to creating a permanent margin between what you earn and what you allow the extraction machine to take back. That extraction machine runs on a series of small, reasonable-sounding decisions no one ever totals up. The most damaging leaks are the ones you quietly commit to for years, starting with what you drive. A typical new vehicle transacts near $49,000 today. Over the first 5 years, it loses roughly 42% of its initial value. That is hundreds of dollars evaporating every single month, running silently alongside your actual monthly payment. Then there are the everyday premiums. Ordering a meal to your door averages a 600% markup compared to cooking something similar at home. You are paying a massive premium purely for a few minutes of convenience. To float this lifestyle, nearly half of American cardholders carry a balance month to month. With the average interest rate sitting near 22%, you end up paying $1.50 in pure interest just to receive 50 cents in travel rewards. Each of these purchases buys a temporary feeling. You are purchasing status, certainty, or comfort, and you are paying an exorbitant monthly rent to maintain them. The math here is absolute. Every dollar you spend proving to the world you are wealthy is a single dollar that can no longer go out into the market and actually make you wealthy. The people who actually cross the $1 million threshold rarely hold elite job titles. The largest studies of millionaires show they are mostly teachers, accountants, and mid-level managers. On average, it takes them 28 years of steady, unremarkable behavior to reach 7 figures. They do not rely on massive salaries. Instead, they operate entirely on the gap between what hits their checking account and leaves it. That gap is the only metric that dictates their financial momentum. To widen that gap, they purposefully cap their structural costs. They live in modest homes far below what banks approve them for, and they drive older, paid-off vehicles. Looking a little broke is exactly how they hoard their capital. They route that excess cash directly into broad, low-cost index funds. They buy the entire market, rather than paying high fees to managers or chasing whispers about the next big stock. This chart shows the March 2020 S&P 500 plunge. When panic erases the market's value, the hardest financial skill is doing nothing. Quiet millionaires refuse to sell. Their automated investments continue buying through the dip, scooping up massively discounted shares. They win by actively ignoring the intense cultural obsession with sudden windfalls. The shortcut to wealth does not exist, but the long, boring road of consistency is wide open to anyone willing to walk it. If the cars and the houses are lying to us, we have to throw out the old scoreboard and build a new one based on raw numbers. The first real milestone is holding $1,000 in cash for a surprise expense. If you can cover a blown tire or a medical bill without borrowing, you have already cleared a bar that 70% of Americans cannot reach. The second indicator is capturing the entirety of your employer's retirement match. This is a guaranteed, instant return on your money, a second income stream secured during an onboarding meeting that you never labor for again. But the strongest sign of all is a static standard of living. When your paycheck increases, but your monthly obligations stay perfectly flat, the extra money drops straight to your bottom line. Financial independence is rarely loud. It is built quietly, deliberately, and often out of sight, by people who are entirely comfortable looking perfectly ordinary until the day they are permanently free.